we have one Raspberry Pi. We'll make it one Ethereum node. Okay. So for that, we need some command. We'll learn how to do that. So first, before that, we'll discuss about Go Ethereum or Gate. Okay. So this session will be discussed half by me and half by PhD students. So what is Gate? Go Ethereum, in short, we can say it as Gate. Okay. And it is one of the most widely used Ethereum client written in Go programming language. So Gate is written in Go programming language. It is an implementation of Ethereum protocol which allows users to connect the Ethereum network, interact with the smart contract, and manage your Ether and other assets of the blockchain. So with the help of this Ethereum network, we can this Ethereum protocol allow you to write smart contract, manage Ether, and other assets on the blockchain. So Gate handle transaction. What it handle? Gate handle transaction, deployment, and execution of smart contract, and it contains an embedded computer known as Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM. So I have not discussed anything about EVM. Just to remember, EVM is also one part of the blockchain. We generally discuss it in one class. So you just remember that Gate handles transaction, deployment, execution of smart contract, and it also contains some Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM. So running Gate alongside a consensus client, it turns a computer to an Ethereum node. So what is the node architecture? So an Ethereum node, it is composed of two clients. Okay. So one client is execution client and another one is consensus client. So the Ethereum node is composed of two clients. One is execution client, another is consensus client, and Gate is an execution client. So Gate is an execution client and it is originally an execution client alone. When it was enough to run a full Ethereum node. When Ethereum turned, so initially when Ethereum created, at that time it used proof of work. So at that time only Gate is sufficient to do everyone. Okay. Nowadays, after some time, this Ethereum initially it created when it handles only proof of work, and after some time it is like converted to like it can adopt it, stake, proof of stake. Okay. So when it is switched to proof of stake, at that time we need another client which is known as this consensus client. Okay. So when Ethereum turned off proof of work and implemented proof of stake, Gate needed to be coupled up another piece of software called consensus client in order to keep track of the Ethereum blockchain. So Gate is not responsible for block building, block gossiping, or handling consensus logic. All the consensus logic are performed by consensus client. Okay. So relationship between two Ethereum clients. So you will see here we have shown two clients. One is consensus client, another is execution client, which is Gate. So Gate will do transaction handling, transaction gossip, EVM, Ethereum virtual machine is placed under this Gate, state management, etc. So Gate is connected to one peer-to-peer network. Similarly, this consensus client is also connected to another peer-to-peer network, which is an Ethereum network. So these both are connected to Ethereum network. So the two clients each connect to their own respective peer-to-peer network. This is because the execution client gossip transaction over the peer-to-peer network, enabling them to manage their local transaction pool. So this execution client is connected to one peer-to-peer network, as I told, and the consensus client is connected to another peer-to-peer network. But both these systems now, when Gate adopted proof of stake, we need these two clients. Okay, consensus client and execution client. The consensus client gossip blocks over the peer-to network, enabling the consensus and chain growth. Structure to work. Consensus client must be able to pass bundle of transaction to Gate to be executed. So in consensus client, what we generally do, we run all the consensus algorithm like proof of stake we are running, and we are taking the agreement from all the node that whatever this we are saying that they will come to a common agreement. Okay, so uh, relationship between two Ethereum client, and we're discussing about the consensus client and execution client. Okay, so two clients for these two client structure to work, consensus client must be able to pass bundle of transaction to get to be executed. Meaning of this that consensus protocol will validate all the transactions. Okay, after validating all the transaction, consensus protocol needs one block to upload all those things. That block will be generated by this execution client get. Okay, after that it will hand over that block to consensus client. The consensus client will put all the transactions in that block, and then that block will go to this get client. The get client will test and validate whether all the transactions are correct or not, and after that that block will be added to the main chain. Okay, or executing the transaction locally is how the client validates that the transaction do not violate any Ethereum rules, and that proposed update to Ethereum state is correct. So execution client again it will check validate that block. Likewise, when the node is selected to be a block producer, the consensus client must be able to request bundle of transaction from Geth. That means you give me some one block so that I can upload and I can create a new block. And this inter-client communication is handled by local RPC connection using API. So what does Geth do? So as an execution client, Geth is responsible for creating the execution payload. The list of transaction other execution related data means after consensus each agreement is done, after that this Geth will execute all this and create a new block. Geth is also responsible for re-executing transactions that arriving in new blocks to ensure they are valid. So executing transaction is done by Geth with the help of Ethereum virtual machine. As I told that in that Geth we have Ethereum virtual machine also, EVM. So Geth also offer user interface to Ethereum by exposing a set of RPC methods that enable users to query the Ethereum blockchain, submit transaction and deploy smart contract. So RPC calls are abstracted by a library. We have to use this Web3 3GS and Web3Py. For example, library Geth built-in JavaScript console, etc. Okay. Then what does the consensus client do? We are talking about two clients. One is consensus client, another was execution client. Geth is our execution client, and this we are talking about consensus client. Consensus client in the context of Ethereum is a key component which is responsible for maintaining the consensus mechanism, which ensure that all nodes on the network agree on the same state of the blockchain. Okay, that's why we need consensus to do something. Yes or no? For that work will be done by this consensus protocol. So it plays a critical role in determining how transactions are validated, blocks are produced, and the overall integrity of the blockchain is maintained by this consensus protocol. In Ethereum, this is practically important because Ethereum transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake. As I said that initially they used proof of work, now they are using proof of stake. So proof of work is different from proof of stake. The consensus client, it handles tasks related to proof of stake, block validation, finalizing the blocks. It specifically works on the tandem with the execution client to keep the network running smoothly. So now comes the validator. We'll now discuss what are validator and what are miners. So already I heard that Dr. Susmita discussed validator and miners. So what are validators and what are miners?
Validator validate the blockchain.
Validator validate the?
That's defined
As
validate
such, in
blocks.
the proof of stake architecture, there is no
Transactions
minor.
block.
The leader is selected and he proposes the block, and the validators they give majority vote, and then the block is added.
Yes. So do you think that validator and miners are same?
No.
No. So how they are different?
No, the validator can be a minor if it is a leader.
Yes.
With
Yes.
the proposal.
And miner?
Minor one who solves a puzzle in case of Bitcoin, but in Ethereum.
Yes, miner we use to do solve a puzzle. That means we will use it in case of proof of work, and validator we are using in case of proof of stake. So I think all of you are clear now. Okay, you understood. So validators can be added to consensus client if 32 ETH have been sent to the deposit contract. So you can't be say that I want to be validator. For that I need 32 ETH. Okay. So the validator handles attestations and block proposals. They enable a node to accrue rewards or lose ether via penalties or slashing. Running the validator software also makes a node eligible to be selected to propose a new block. So as I said that, what are the key difference between the validator and miner? So because you all are beginners, okay? That's why you may confuse between the validator and the miner. That's why I have added this slide. So this miner is not required here, validator is required here, because we will work with the Ethereum blockchain network. So we have to know that why I am saying it is a validator, why I am not saying it's a miner. That's why here I have written the difference between the validator and the miner. So what are the role? Validator we use in case of proof of stake, and miner we use in case of proof of work. So validator transaction and proposes block, whereas miner solves the cryptographic puzzle to propose blocks, which we generally use in case of proof of work. Because in proof of work we solve a cryptographic puzzle, and in validator we need 32 ETH to be validator, and it is used in proof of stake. Then discuss mechanism participate in proof of stake. Here we participate in proof of work. Must take cryptocurrency 32 ETH we need to be a validator, and here must have computational power and mining hardware. So if you have computational power and mining hardware, you can work as a proof of work. You can work as a miner, but for working as a validator we need 32 ETH. Okay. So low energy consumption, high energy consumption, staking system need resources. Here we need computational power to mine, to a miner. We propose block creation, we propose block and attested to them. Mine blocks by solving complex puzzle. Okay. And then earns reward for proposing and attesting to block. Here you can earn blocks rewards and transaction fee. Similarly, risk of slashing fee behaving dishonestly. So if you are like dishonest, then you will get some penalty. Okay. And risk of wasted resource. And in this case, if you are a bad node, in that case you are losing your own resources. Yes or no? Because you are helping in mining, so you are losing your own resources, electricity and computational power, etc. Validators can be penalized for malicious behavior. Your network is secure due to the high computational cost of altering the blockchain. More scalable and energy efficient. This is less scalable due to high resources requirement. So in case of proof of stake, only if you have 32 ETH, you can be a like validator. But in case of proof of work, you have computational power and electricity, etc. Then you will be a miner. So these are the main difference between the validator and miner.
Excuse me, ma'am. For proof of work, the transaction fees is the same as the gas fees in proof of stake.
No, ether and gas fee are different.
Gas fee, what is gas fees?
Actually, the token you have not discussed, na? Keyword.
Gas fees is actually calculated in terms of ETH, and basically it's a way that we propose, a GWEI.
Wait.
It's the currency of ETH, and
Actually,
whenever we spend some, we want to spend some ETH, then there's a gas power, your computational power, it is computed in the gas fee multiplied by your time consumption, and some fee cap is there.
That gas fees is transferred to the node, right? Who is approving it or not?
Yeah, who is being a validator, no? They have to.
So it is like a transaction fees only, na, for.
Yeah, it can be known as transaction fee, but gas fee is if you are not doing any computational power, still you can purchase some ETH. But when you are doing mining, you are providing your resources, then the gas fees will be.
so only which, as I said, the dollar and rupees. they are not equal, but they are unique for Indian currency system and for US currency system. Similarly, here also ETH and gas fee, way, these things are there. Yes or no? So install Gate on your PC with the following command. So any of you have laptop, so you can install Gate on your PC. Try these commands. Sudo add apt repository -y ppn ethereum and /ethereum.
Badly got to give the
ये
command.
install हम करेंगे क्या? ये खुद ही
Control
करेंगे.
panel.
करेंगे वो कमांड टाइप करेंगे.
You try to make
Command
that
type.
Gate. हाँ, you type the command.
If you are using Windows, then install first WSL. The virtual
Don't
machine.
confuse. Use them in Ubuntu.
You don't have Ubuntu. You don't have Ubuntu.
You which operating system guys are
Windows.
using? Windows. Most of you.
Yes.
Windows. How many of you Windows?
But we can install.
You have Ubuntu.
You learn then if you do in Ubuntu because the rest
They
of-
need to have installed first. And Ubuntu.
he has.
You have Ubuntu, right? Anybody else is having?
If you do in Ubuntu, you learn. Okay, if you do in Windows, you will face issue.
Tell them.
If you're not having Ubuntu,
In Windows.
Ma'am, I have an Oracle.
All these
virtual
commands
machine.
I show in Ubuntu only. Will you
Virtually?
work in Windows?
yes ma'am, WSL. It's a virtual machine.
Okay, okay.
You need to install.
She is
No, no,
telling
no.
you the command for Windows.
Yes, that.
WSL like this.
WSL, yeah.
This is
Yeah,
so.
it is like a virtual machine. With the Windows, you can work like Ubuntu.
But I suggest
You need to get.
if you have Ubuntu, then you do it in Ubuntu.
It will slow down your systems. Make sure. Because this is the virtual machine, your system will be, computational power will be...
current usage only, na?
So
yeah,
you
it's for
two are
current
from
usage.
IIT Roper?
No, I'm an ITM.
Huh?
I'm from an ITM.
Hamirpur and you?
I said.
Yes. But you were BSc student, no?
Yes,
PS?
Yeah, it's
BSL
नहीं terminal
is
नहीं है,
good.
virtual machine.
I'm majoring in chemistry.
Chemistry. So why you are
Just we need simulation and all these things. Like I am interested in computational. मैम आपका कुछ भी स्लो हो जाता है. मैं 13 मिनट की बात.
install Gate on your PC with the following command. So sudo apt repository -y ppn ethereum /ethereum. Running? It's running with all of you. So WSL you
Okay,
run.
enable sudo run on laptop now.
Downloading. So it's running with others.
I'm downloading.
And sudo is disabled on this machine.
Windows and
Sudo apt out of the ports.
Sudo is for Linux.
Sudo is for Linux. No?
Yes.
Ma'am, me
You are
after
going
after
for
WSL.
virtual.
After installing the WSL, it shows sudo is disabled. How we can enable the sudo? Can
You just search in Google.
Yes, ma'am. We are doing. we are
Actually,
doing
the
it, we are
main
doing it.
thing is we generally are again and again saying one thing. I don't use Windows. So if you'll ask me the problem with Windows, I can't. From last 15 years, I'm not using Windows. When I entered my PhD, after that I started using it.
Which hardware is required for which hardware is best for
Same machine.
Same machine. Ubuntu is an operating system.
Huh.
Linux. So sudo, those who are running sudo apt update, you run this. Sudo apt install -y -y ethereum. Gate version. Which version we are showing? Gate version. Which version it is showing? Gate version.
15.7.
Then blockchain node as admin. So next is blockchain node as admin. Okay, what do it for that? You write get -http dot. You write this. You have written?
The previous one is
Previous
Previous command.
previous command is not running.
Running it is
Okay, it's still running.
Wi-Fi.
Okay, you tell me when you finish. At least one student can do. Yes or no? When it will finish, tell me. It's working.
Can you share the slides?
It's working with you only. Okay. So then you write http.addr 0.0.0.0 hyphen http.port 8545 then again hyphen http.api admin comma it comma net comma web3 hyphen allow then hyphen insecure hyphen unlock hyphen network ID 1234 sync mode snap port 30303 then you will get this type of output.
What is this command doing? What is this command doing?
Next slide. You have written up to this. We will discuss all the command. Next slide. You have written up to this 30303.
Use some other port. As we will use 30303 now, you can use other port. Change the port number. Make it some 53 something.
So command breakdown. So first is hyphen HTTP. HTTP it enables HTTP RPC server. You all know about this, allowing external application to interact with the node. Okay. The next you are using HTTP dot address 0.0.0.0. This is a public network address. 0.0.0.0 is public network address. We generally read it in computer networks, IP addressing, subnetting part. Yes or no? So 0.0. Is a public network. It binds the RPC server to all network interface, making it accessible from remote machines. That's why we are using 0.0.0. Then next is exposing your node to the public network is dangerous. That's why better to bind it with a specific IP. So what is that IP? 127.0.0.1. What is the meaning of 127.0.0.1? It is used to refer to the local machine or device that you are using or running the application, meaning it points to the computer you are working now. Okay. So you are currently working on 127.0.0.1. It is a special address that is used to establish a connection to the same machine. So now I am connecting to my own machine only. For that reason I am using 127.0.1. It is used for local communication, testing and development, meaning the data stay inside your computer and does not get sent over to the internet. Okay. The next line is HTTP port 8545. So I am using this for listening. Yes or no? So sets the HTTP RPC server to listen on port 8545. That's why I am using this 8545 port. This is the default for Ethereum JSON RPC. Next is http.api admin ETH net web3. It exposes specific API over HTTP. What is the meaning? First is admin, node management. Okay, this peer node. You are making it admin. ETH is Ethereum blockchain interaction, net is network related information, and Web3 is generated Web3 utilities.
Is it working now? Still no. Okay, actually sudo will look for WSL. Just find it on Google. Sudo will look for sudo is basically
Now insecure unlock. So it means allows unlocking accounts via RPC, which can be a security risk if exposed to the internet. So you have to allow insecure unlock because we are doing in our own machine. Network ID is 1234 sets the network ID 1234. Like in Ethereum mainnet uses network ID 1. Borelli uses 5, Sepolia uses this. These are the network ID of the node. Okay. So here I have used 1234. Then you write sync mode snap. Snap will discuss by Shruti. Uses snap sync, which is much faster than full sync. So So full node and snap we will discuss. Okay. So port 30303 sets the peer-to-peer communication port for connecting with other nodes. Then default IP address of get HTTP RPC server. So as I already discussed that by default when you start a get node with your HTTP RPC enabled, it listens on the loopback address that is 127.0.0.1, which means it can only be accessed from the same machine that is running on that I already discussed in our previous slide. In this case, IP address of the HTTP RPC server is this. This is the local host, and the server listen on port 8545. Okay. So the HTTP RPC server in Go Ethereum allows external application, wallet, script to interact with the Ethereum node just as RPC.
So, ma'am,
This much.
and in the previous command I ran, there is an iteration that are looking for peers, and peer count is 0 and it is still going, and it has done quite a number of iterations.
You have started the blockchain, so your GAT has started. The system is connected. Your command is running now.
On peer count 0, it is again.
Yeah, you just to stop that.
Because it is searching for any peers.
Peer, whether you have not added like when you will create connect this Raspberry Pi, na, it will get on peer node, will make it. So at that time it will show 1. Okay. So it is now showing 0. So it's working.
So we can terminate the process that the iteration to migrate.
Pardon?
Should we actually stop the process?
Now stop.
No. Let it be continue. But yeah, you can either stop because it will not find any peer.
Then get console. The get console is an interactive JavaScript that connects to a running Ethereum node powered by Go Ethereum. So to open get console, you do this. Get attach, do this.
Open a new terminal, not on that terminal.
Open a new.
While running your Ethereum now, open a new terminal and try it.
ChatGPT नहीं करो, Google करो. Don't use ChatGPT.
So fall in the same directory where you started the GAT. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, then do it that way.
Then do this admin node info using get console. So is it coming correctly with you?
Write it the first command. Only write it. Do you have?
It was complete command. Full command.
Write it
Okay, and told them.
These are the breaking of the command to explain about that. So don't break it, huh? You have to write the complete command. This one. Full command up to this. So this is the full command up to this. Don't break it. To explain you in detail, we break these commands and this we have written command breakdown. This is not the actually the title. These are the explanation of the commands what we have used inside that sentence. Okay. So you have also break it. That's why it is running like this for both of you, no? So run it again.
Is it working now?
Can I go to the start slide?
From
Next terminal, you have stop that.
This
I just run
right up to this.
this one.
60 seconds.
Okay, don't break the command and run. You have to run all the command at a time. That is only for explanation. Okay. So don't break the command.
Download பண்ணிட்டு 60 seconds க்கு எது பண்ணணும்?
Full command.
You run it?
Yeah, there.
He also did the same thing. Break the command.
No, ma'am. Actually, while doing get attach, he stopped his blockchain, and then after he was attaching, so that was showing problem. He was asking how I have done that, so I'm telling this thing.
That is the reason I asked you that you all run one here. Then only you can do it later.
It's ready. Now open the computer phone.
Up to this, you all did up to this. You did this.
System or not, I have
Admin node info you can get console.
It will work on iOS or not.
Get the admin information. Are you getting all admin information? Are you getting all admin information? Admin.node.info.node? Enode? No? So have you done the previous command? In another command from you, you run this get attach HTTP. You did that? Huh? So what did it say? Admin. It is showing this is working now. Huh? Then you run this. Yes. Admin node info.enode.
WSL is not installed yet.
Admin.node.info.enode. It's running. It is showing all these things. Huh? Then each.syncing. Each.syncing. Each.syncing is running.
Does this command work?
Mac lady by default
Virtually command is this last
No.
yeah out of
Yeah, always down.
उसके बाद each.syncing. ये हो गया ना?
Installer.
So that one previous it's running. So you have done half. Can you
Now get attached in next terminal.
This is running in both system. So yours is running, huh? And yours is running. So yours is running. No.
Ubuntu is
Okay. So for these two, that is running. Then you discuss first client. Then Shruti will discuss client URL after this.
Look, you have done up to get attached. So you are now on the console screen, where from you can participate or you can query from your Gets terminal, go like client side. Now you are on client side, and you can with the console screen you can query something and it will give you some responses. But to query to the Get client, we require this curl command. It is a command line tool that helps us to transfer data from or to a server, and we can use multiple multiple protocols: HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SCP. Those all you might know. And it is used for making API request. That we are requesting you something. Tell us whether it is running or not, on which server or on which client it is running. So all these things now we need. So curl tells about us the data. It is the JSON RPC, the RPC server. We are requesting it. Next is the client version on which, because we are working on the consensus client. These are the parameters. If you want to provide some parameter to it, like Web3, ETH, whatever information you need, here you can provide the parameter. And ID is 1. Why we have given ID is 1? Because we have generated as a admin command. We are working as the admin, so we have created that this is like our Genesis block. So now it will when we will pass this command to the client in the same directory where you are running the blockchain, you will get to know whether your get client is working or not. Okay, you can type this command. So you will come to know your get version, that it is stable, and on which processor it is working. Type this command, you will get the same output. Windows, there is no. Yeah, because in the sudo
So you have to type this curl -x post data. This command. This command you have to type in $prompt. Okay, this curl -x post data. Sorry.
Install curl if curl is not installed. Sorry, I forgot to tell. Curl is also being installed.
How to install it?
Sudo I have installed curl.
Sudo
Find out. Yeah, sudo install.
sudo install. This is the ये command ना? I'll show you. So here you written sudo apt update, sudo apt install curl.
I just restarted it. I needed the sudo command in yours.
Last time I told you that all things we will do will be done on Ubuntu only.
Sudo apt install. CUI. Password. It will be password. Screen है क्या? हाँ ओके अभी ये करो हुआ होगा डन है ना आप यूज कर रहे हो -x अगर नहीं हुआ तो फिर से करना पड़ेगा फोर्स इंस्टॉल करना होगा आप दिया तो फोर्स इंस्टॉल हो ही जाएगा
So this is the single command.
you have to this single command from here to here is single command okay so because you have written hyphen data so
Tell it that this is the application of JSON type and
actually here it is continuation
yes please.
बोलिए
You are typing it on console. I told you no. You are not on console.
give it a dollar I told you
The thing that you have get attached, that was console screen from where you will talk to co-Ethereum. But right now you are checking whether your Ethereum client is working or not.
Yeah, separate.
Where can I go?
I am very sorry I don't know I never run this virtually
Actually, एक बार कौन से they use Ubuntu और
No ma'am, his WSL is working properly.
Yeah, this
They have installed a good Wi-Fi. So both of you are running.
I think I have done.
Not done? What's the problem?
Share it in the group with other people.
Now
ID
we will check whether get RPC is
is 1 2
our RPC is working or not, whether it is running or not. Then again curl will help us, and in that we will tell it everything like JSON RPC is 2.0. Our each block number, it will take it itself where it has synchronized. Then the parameters and ID is again 1. Content type will be same and we will connect to HTTP localhost. Then it will provide us like result is 0 cross 0 because whoever are running their block, they are getting peer count 0. So right now you are having nothing because it is like a private blockchain you are running on your private system, so you will get the result 0. When we will connect the peers, this result will be changed. So how many peers we are getting, we will get number increasing. Run this command.
On dollar sign.
Yeah, on dollar sign
303.
itself. It's running there.
Yeah.
Working, let me tell you that this is basically for checking whether our Ethereum client is running or not, and we want the basic information of the get client. Like we are the clients, so we want to know whether our RPC server is working or not, how many peers right now we are having, our syncing mode is on or not. That's why these things we are checking only. Want to check, it is only for checking. We go next.
आप करा लोगे?
Now we can get the current Ethereum block number also by running this command. So it will provide us that our current block is 1, 2, 3, 4. When we will run this command, because we are providing us the method, what is the version we are running, it will tell us the JSON RPC, again ID and the result. Okay. All these are only for interacting with the Ethereum client. Next is the network information. Now, this network will provide us the account that it is connected to. Right now, this is our present account number only, because we are having only this one account. We are the only node in the Ethereum on our system only. So we will add this command like method. Whenever we want something to change in curl command, we will change its method. So we are changing here ETH account right now. So previously we were changing method was the net version. Before that it was the ETH block number. So whatever we want in curl, we will tell in its method only. So here you can check here. This is your public address of your account. So you want to run this command?
I think somebody opened this CA.
Want to install பண்ணனும் சுட போடுறேன் சுடோனி போட்டு
Are you
First
using?
நாலு ஸ்லைட் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்கல்ல சூடா ஒரு லைனா இருக்கு
Yes.
This command and the result is an empty square bracket.
These were the parameters. Right now we have not set any parameters.
So this account number won't show.
No, it will not tell about this account number. This is only your private blockchain account number that you are
It
running.
shouldn't come. It is not coming. The result is empty.
Result is empty. So ETH account. Your blockchain is running now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Option done.
This he is giving empty now. Now this is the get balance. The balance we want to know, list of account and their balance. So we will enter the method as the ETH balance. The parameter is this one. Of this account we want to know the balance, and content type is the same. So here I was having balance 0 because previously until we mine we will have the 0 ETH in our account.
Ma'am, this is mainnet or testnet?
This is the testnet only. You can connect it to testnet. as well as you can connect it to mainnet also. But that procedure is completely different one.
This is testing.
Yeah, it is the testing one.
So it can connect to the MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, it can be connected to
It's a
MetaMask.
Polyar faucet.
Yeah, it can be. But because this is the private blockchain we are generating, if we get connected to that MetaMask, then we have to connect all the accounts that we are generating with this Ethereum chain. Now we have to connect to different MetaMask.
The account that is showing here you are connected to that.
I have created the blockchain now, so that's why I have connected to that account. I have created.
You are getting empty because we are not connected.
You are not connected. Yeah, your single node is running now. You can say it is like Genesis block.
Ubuntu
But
is
no
a
account is
No account is. Now, ma'am discussed some modes with you. Whenever you run the get account, when you run get account, there are two type of modes mainly. So synchronization mode is like the syncing. Whenever your blocks are running, suppose these are the blockchain which are running, and you are a new node getting connected to the blockchain. So when you are getting connected to the blockchain, your block might come over here. But for getting your block to connect over here, you need the previous information, all of the previous information, because it is visible to everyone, it is public blockchain. For this, you need some synchronization time. Now, this synchronization time is very important, and the mode is also important whether you want the whole information that has happened in the history, or you want just the last some blocks. Basically, when you do synchronization, normally you need 128 blocks history. But there are still some methods where you can get the whole history from the Genesis block also, that we will discuss later. So, it is the process in which GAT catches to the latest Ethereum block, because this block, we have this node is being connected. It will get connected over here to the latest block, but it wants also to check whatever happened in the history. So it can differ in the speed, storage and trust assumption. It might happen you are not trusting that blockchain to which you are getting connected to. That's why you want to check the history, how many forks there have been done, how many previous attacks have been done. All those history if you want to check, then there are different synchronization modes. So first is the when you want the full node. Full node means you have to store the whole data, whole previous transactions that have been done. So you will use that as a full node, and in a full node further we are having two modes. One is the snap, that is the default that you have written in your command also. You have written snap over there. Next one is the full. You can change it to full also. Now what is the difference between the two? The snap synchronization basically provides you 128 block states previously that has been happened. The block header to sync up to is provided by the consensus client. So there were two clients that ma'am have discussed.
Is this a side chain or we are linking our chain to the?
We are linking main chain. We are linking to the main chain.
We have a private, we created a private blockchain.
Yeah.
And now we are integrating it with the public testing, right?
Look, right now what we are doing, whatever blocks we are going into, we are connecting our node to Go Ethereum. In morning I have asked to ma'am now that Go Ethereum, that was not the side chain. We are only getting information, whatever happening was there. Then we are creating our own chain on our private network only. We are not providing any information to the main chain. We are not storing anything over
We are
there.
just extracting the data from the.
Yeah, we are just extracting the data from there, and then after we are creating our private network.
So the data is the transactions of that main chain, the testnet happening.
So data we are copying from the main chain.
And the data is the transactions, right? That
Yeah, data is the
But
transactions.
what I will do with the transactions of other people on my private.
But to get connect to that private network, you are getting that environment only.
Actually, in blockchain, the main chain is like you have a main chain. So in this chain, many forks are also created. Okay, so now you are creating your own private chain and you are storing, syncing with some, as she said, 128 blocks. You are taking this and then you are doing. So many chains are there. Main chain is one main chain is that when you are creating your private chain, then again you are doing forking and you
So
are
basically
connecting.
we are forking the main thing, and this should be visible to the whole public, right? Because we are syncing it to
If
the
you will like upload, then only it will be visible. But if it is private, then it won't be visible. That is visible to you only. Okay, if you upload it in main chain, then it will be visible to others.
So it is not a post for them, but we are just extracting the data.
Yes, I think.
No, we are not even extracting the data. We are just looking
We're creating a virtual environment.
yeah, we are creating a virtual environment. We are getting connected to that. We are using the client information, like, okay, there are some consensus client, there are some get client, but we are not taking any data from there. Blocks information we are not taking. We are just running it like, okay, it is connected to blockchain and this is our node. Then we will create, this is the admin node, then we will create a blockchain node, but our transaction will not be stored over there. Okay, it's a virtual environment. Now, these are the node stores the occasional snapshot that can be used to rebuild any intermediate state. Okay, and difference between the snap sync node and full node is that it is started from any initial checkpoint, but full node will take the whole history of the blocks.
Okay.
Next is the full synchronization. So full synchronization, it is the block by block synchronization. Whenever your node is getting connected to the blockchain, you will get information about the whole blocks, but not whole blocks. Means you will know, you will get some checkpoint. In while full synchronization, it will not connect to every node, but it will create only some checkpoints are there, like on 18th block, okay, 18th block is okay, give this information. Then after previous one, 10th block, this is the again checkpoint. Then again second block, so this is the again checkpoint. So these checkpoints are generated while full synchronization, and your data can be saved by it. But only the but still you will get information of the 128 block states previous to, means it is getting connection from there to last 128 block, and previous to that you will get some checkpoints. On those checkpoints information you will get the whole information of the blocks. Get up to here? Any queries?
So we will also get the genesis block information, right?
Yeah, you'll get the genesis block information also, but
For the checkpoints and then 120.
yeah, 128 last blocks, after that some checkpoints and the genesis block also. And it will tell us about the time that have been taken to create those blocks also. So full information we will get in the full synchronization. Next is the archive nodes. If you want that, no, I don't want the checkpoints, I want to know the whole history, when the block was generated, when the genesis block was generated, when the forks have been done, like when proof of work, Ethereum gets shifted from proof of work to proof of stake, some forks happen. So when those forks happen, when did the attacks happen, I need every information. Suppose I want to do research or for anything, I want to attack. So for that, we are having option for the archive nodes also. It will not generate any data from the checkpoints. It will provide you the whole data now, and this will use about 12 terabyte of your disk data. And these are created by, means Geth is also maintaining the whole archives. but it is not providing to the every client. Like our disk space should not be used much enough. That's why we will have some checkpoints during full synchronization. But we can also, for that you have to change from sync mode snap to GC mode archive. Your command will be changed accordingly. Okay. Then it will start downloading on your disk. Next is the consensus layer syncing. Now there is again synchronization.
And the test net, we have, the test net is a replica of the whole main net.
Yeah, testnet. The ETH that you are working about asking that, or the network that you are creating.
We are in this command, we are getting information from mainnet or testnet. And if we are getting from testnet,
No, we are getting information from the mainnet. We are getting connected to Ethereum itself.
But in testnet, this is the code, this is a replica of mainnet.
Yeah, testnet is the replica.
So all the history will be preserved. 12 TB is on the testnet also.
No, it will not preserve the history. Like archives data will not be used. It will just testnet is like you have generated some application. You are putting it on any network. It is taking again it is again creating virtual environment for your testing. It is not storing anything. You are not doing transactions, or you are not storing like broadcasting it on blockchains. Okay. Now next is the consensus layer synchronization. In this, as we know, our consensus have been changed from proof of work to proof of stake. So this kind of, while doing this kind of information, we have to synchronize our blockchain, and when Ethereum gets shifted to proof of work to proof of stake, it has to change all the information. Like Sushmita ma'am told you that while changing from proof of work to proof of stake, they have started some node,
Beacon chain.
beacon chain they have started, and again then they merged the whole chain. So that was the consensus layer synchronization. And in order for get to sync, it requires header from its connected consensus client as well. And get cannot sync without being connected to consensus client. Like we have get client and consensus client. Until and unless consensus client does not confirm that your chain is correct, it will not allow get client to get connected to. Okay, so that's why conversion of changing of your consensus algorithm is quite typical. Okay, and it also requires block by block synchronization from the Genesis block, starting from the Genesis block.
And the header is that will be the state root that we store of the Patricia thread.
Pardon?
In the header, it requires a header, right?
Yeah, it requires the
The
header.
header is that which
Yeah,
the
it's
state root
from-
and the state root,
Yeah.
the transaction root.
Yeah,
Three things.
it requires all the things. Next is the consensus layer syncing. There are two types of synchronization. One is the optimistic syncing. Next is the checkpoint syncing. What we are thinking in optimistic syncing, that everything whatever the clients are doing is correct. So we will just provide the validation, and it will download blocks before the execution client has validated that. Means it is being optimistic that everything is done correct, and nodes are not allowed to attach or propose block while they are, because they are still optimistic, but still they can't allow any node to attest, like in without the approval of consensus client, because they cannot guarantee that where from they are syncing the chain is correct. Look, synchronization always takes time. Whenever you get connected to blockchain, you cannot be sure that whatever blocks you are watching are correct. It might take 5 days, 10 days, 50 days, how many days you can't know. So you cannot be, if you are a validator, then also you cannot be confirmed that whatever blockchain state you are watching is correct right now. After some time, when you will be validated, or you can connect to the blockchain nodes that okay, this is the correct information. After that, you will be able to validate. Okay. Next is the checkpoint syncing. So consensus client can grab the checkpoint from a trusted source which provide that, okay, this is the synchronization is correct, now you can do that. Node trust that checkpoint is correct, but there can be multiple things like checkpoint syncing is very fast because you are providing after 10 nodes, okay, this is the checkpoint, after 50 nodes there are the checkpoints. So your synchronization will be much faster in checkpoint syncing, okay?
And checkpoint syncing, the whole history will be on the cloud, and we are just taking the
Oh,
checkpoints.
cloud, it is distributed, how it can be on cloud?
In this
It is a very machine. You are creating client, etc.
And in this checkpoint syncing, we saying it is taking few seconds only, right? So there must be a cloud service provider which will be providing the checkpoints.
This is the distributed type of thing. So every machine is using that, and some of the machine will work as the consensus client, some work as the get client. So whatever information you are using, you have to verify whether that information is correct or not. Okay, everything will be visible to you. So on those machines, on those blocks, you will have the checkpoints. Okay, like someone can confirm whether this is correct thing or not. Right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, from like the data where we collect from, like all over, everywhere or like.
Yeah, it will be everywhere. That's why it is 12 TB of data now.
So the whole data, like in the world, whoever does, we are collecting.
Yeah, we are collecting the whole data. But look, it depends on us. There are multiple type of node. Full node, light node, the syncing mode we learned. Whenever we are getting connected to the blockchain, we have to check which type of synchronization we want, what type of data we can support. If we want that our data should be correct exactly point to point, we will use archive type of node. Okay, we are ready to provide our disk space, 12 terabyte of disk space, and further running. Then we will using archive data, and our data will be correct. But at what point we don't know. Until and unless we will have the whole data, until then we cannot be sure that we are correct. This is like if you started learning blockchain, at what point you will be able to check whether you are correct, you have synchronized up to the highest level or not. It will take time, no? This is the same thing.
So even if we collect all the data, we are not sure if all are correct.
Our synchronization problem is a challenge for the blockchain. Whenever we are getting connected to it, it takes so it will create the latency then. Okay, it will we will not get the correct data at the same point when we are getting connected to. We are getting like 128 blocks of data. It might be very fast, but before that, it will take time.
How much time?
Time, like if you want to be sure that okay my whole data is correct, then you have to reach to the Genesis block only. When the block was generated, after that we can be sure okay now our data has been synchronized. Until then you can't be sure.
It is in probabilities.
Time, no, time I mean, might be, I haven't studied that, but about time I'm not sure.
So basically, this is a process of making a node on our system, right?
Yeah.
Taking the active mainnet,
Yeah.
and then we are running as a node.
Yeah. Clear up to here? Now we will create our private blockchain, and our private blockchain we can do with our system. You can use all of your systems and you can connect them in a blockchain, or we can use our edge devices also as a blockchain node. Sorry, as a Ethereum node. For that, you will require Raspberry Pi that we are having. All of you have seen Raspberry Pi? You know, so this is a Raspberry Pi. We can
I think you show it at camera.
have that. For that, I have to disconnect.
Wait.
okay, we will create a private blockchain while running the same command that we run on our system. We will run the same command on Raspberry Pi as well. And
Slides.
I want to bring this as a
Pin
main screen.
this.
Yeah. Hope you will be able to watch clearly your Raspberry Pi. So this is the now we have to first install all these commands. From by going there, we can install after installing Raspberry Pi operating system. It is like a image. First, copy from your system on card reader operating system Raspberry Pi image, and after that insert that card in Raspberry Pi device and start this operating system. After going on Raspberry Pi, we will install these binaries, like this is the get store, it will install for the Linux, and then after you will just unzip that, and then you can check the get version. Command here on Raspberry Pi, I think you will be able to see in,
Which monitor? This monitor.
yeah. This monitor. Let's see.
I need to connect it to HDMI to HDMI. But right now.
Okay, no worries. We will connect all these information. Okay.
One thing.
Yeah.
You connect.
On your system, your command on your system, you have added admin command. Here on Raspberry Pi, we will not enter the admin command, but we will enter the same ETH, the Ethereum, Net, Web3. We can use miner because now our nodes that are being connected to the our private network, they can work as a mining node. They can mine some ETH. Admin we will remove from there. The transaction pool we will generate. The port that you have used previously was 30303. For that now you have to change that port. Boot nodes is the node that will work as admin. From there you can by connecting in your admin node, you can find the E node. E node is a electronic node. Its number you will get after getting on the get console, and this is the network ID that will be that you can find from the host name. Okay, host name ID, you will get this information. From there you will get connected to your system. Now, pardon?
Internet is working in this.
No, it's not working. The LAN is connected. After getting, yes.
Raspberry Pi is sensing the data, it is processing the data, and then it is connected to our computer, which is a it is a snap node.
Yeah, it is the snap node.
And then we are adding the blocks. That's the Pis are adding the blocks and information
Yeah,
blocks to the
it is.
blockchain.
It is like we are creating our chain nodes of multiple chain. It can be used like in hospitals or in for railway purposes. We can use that. That we can sense some data. It can collect the data from sensors, no?
So we
can,
also have to put some contracts in the so it can automatically upload some blocks on the blockchain.
look, that it will use from the Ethereum itself, from the get client that we are getting connected to. That's why we are using that environment now. So that security purpose is not our responsibility. We are creating that environment. We are being optimistic here that the client that is generated by Ethereum is the secured one. We are putting our nodes on that. We are using that environment, and we are allowing our nodes to communicate. Okay, and the transactions that we will provide to us, like data that we are storing on it.
For example, if I want data on delay of 5 seconds, I have to code something for the Raspberry Pi.
Pardon?
For example, if I want the consecutive data points
Yeah.
at the delay of 5 seconds,
Okay.
so I have to code it on the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, obviously you have to do coding of everything. You have to provide it even in your get console. You can do the coding. Then after you will provide, okay, this information. I want this information. If you want to do mining, but for that you will need CLAF. CLAF is other client that is used for the security, for signing signature. That you will also need. Okay. Okay, it will create your blockchain, because here you will admin.add peer. This you will do on your node. On your system, you will add it enode and transfer the you will do on Raspberry Pi, admin.add peer, and this is the enode information. This will be added to your peers. This will be added as peers. And after that, after adding to the peers, if you will get information on your system, okay, admin.add peer, it is showing true there, and you will get the information of it, like snap is one, it was using a snap, enode information is this, id public chain is this one, it is the name, and the network is this one. So it was my local address and it was my remote address 30303. My node was working on 30303 and Raspberry Pi is working on 30304. And if you are getting connected to more nodes, you have to change these addresses, else your node will not be identified, or your blocks will be your network will be confused. To add means which node we have to connect. It is right now static because we are not doing any transactions over there, and trusted is false because I have not used any type of signature in it, because we are using like 0.0.0. First change it to 1.127.0.0.1. Okay. The protocols I am using ETH, its version, and Snap version 1 again. Any doubts up to here? Clear? Now, before connecting to peers, it will show me that peer counts are 0. It have tried multiple times, but still it is getting peer count 0. But when I'll add the information, now it is showing the peer count 1. When we will enter the enode information, the peer count will be changed to 1. Okay? This is the peer info, okay, that we have done previously. And this was the get console, where you can find the information of your peers, to whom you are connected to, how many ETH you are having in your account. All these information will be found over there. This is the node info. So enode, ID, IP, these are the parts. It is listening on port number 30303, the protocol and its configuration. This is the block number it get connected to. The get client block number and all the information about the Ethereum client you will get from there. Okay? So, is it visible to you? Next is the again peer info. Now we have created, this is again the admin peer information it is providing to you. So all these information you can take from the get console, and here you can connect as many as nodes, as many as blockchain nodes you want to create. So these whole your private blockchains will be created. Thank you. Any queries? So you'll get more queries when you will work on it, right? On your systems, obviously. You'll get some errors. You have to remove those errors, obviously.
Complete. So if you have doubt, again you will check this recording. The recording will be shared on the GAN portal also. Okay. While doing, it will have read out.
Card reader. Card reader is the that you will insert into your laptop.
For Ubuntu, we should be installing.
Formatter 1
Sorry.